Hey there, fellow Americans. Breaking news that could put thousands of dollars in your pocket. There's major buzz about a potential $5,400 refund check that might be coming your way. Yes, you heard that right. $5,400 could be headed to millions of Social Security and SSDI recipients across the nation. But is this really happening? Are the rumors true? And most importantly, will you qualify for this money? If you want to stay informed about Social Security benefits, potential refunds, and everything that affects your financial future, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss critical updates that could impact your wallet. Let's dive straight into what's happening with these alleged $5,400 refund checks that have social media and news outlets buzzing. In recent weeks, there's been widespread discussion about a bill that supposedly authorizes one-time payments to Social Security recipients, including those on SSDI, SSI, and retirement benefits. According to various reports, this initiative aims to address cost of living challenges that many beneficiaries continue to face despite recent COLA adjustments. But before you start planning how to spend this money, we need to separate fact from fiction and understand exactly what's going on with this developing story. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Has a bill actually been signed authorizing these payments? The reality is more complicated than many headlines suggest. While there has been legislation proposed that would provide additional support to Social Security recipients, as of my latest information, no bill providing a blanket $5,400 payment has been officially signed into law. What we're seeing is a combination of proposed legislation, advocacy efforts, and some misunderstandings spreading across social media platforms. But does that mean you should dismiss the possibility entirely? Not necessarily. The political landscape is constantly evolving, and support for Social Security beneficiaries remains a priority for many lawmakers. So what exactly is being proposed, and what might actually materialize in the near future? Currently, there are several pieces of legislation being discussed in Congress that could potentially benefit Social Security recipients. Some proposals focus on adjusting the way cost of living adjustments, COLAs, are calculated, while others advocate for direct payments to help offset inflation and rising costs. The figure of $5,400 appears to be derived from estimates of what some beneficiaries might receive if certain proposals were implemented, particularly those aiming to retroactively adjust for what some experts consider inadequate COLA increases in previous years. But here's what you need to understand: the path from proposed legislation to actual money in your bank account is often long and filled with political hurdles. So what are the realistic prospects for additional payments to Social Security recipients in the current climate? The truth is that while complete $5,400 checks might not be imminent, there is genuine momentum behind efforts to provide additional support to Social Security recipients. Lawmakers from both parties recognize the financial challenges faced by seniors and disabled Americans, especially in today's economy where essential costs like housing, healthcare, and groceries continue to rise at alarming rates. The question isn't really if there will be additional support, but rather what form it might take and when it might arrive. Could it be direct payments, tax credits, enhanced benefits? The specifics remain fluid as legislation continues to evolve. But what does this mean for you personally? How should you prepare for possible changes to your benefits? If you're currently receiving Social Security benefits of any kind, the most important thing is to stay informed through official channels. The Social Security Administration will communicate any confirmed changes directly to beneficiaries, and these communications will never require you to pay fees or provide sensitive information to receive benefits you're entitled to. Be wary of calls, emails, or social media posts claiming you need to supply or register for these rumored refund checks, as these are classic signs of scams targeting vulnerable populations. Unfortunately, whenever there's news about potential benefits, scammers are quick to exploit the situation. Have you noticed an increase in suspicious calls or messages mentioning Social Security lately? This is precisely why staying vigilant and verifying information through official government websites is crucial. While we wait for concrete developments, there are proactive steps you can take to maximize your current benefits and prepare for potential changes. First, ensure that the Social Security Administration has your current contact information and preferred payment method. Review your benefit statements regularly to confirm you're receiving the correct amount based on your work history and circumstances. If you haven't already, create an account on the official SSA website to easily access your information and stay updated on any changes. Additionally, consider reaching out to your congressional representatives to express support for legislation that would provide meaningful assistance to Social Security recipients. Did you know that constituent feedback actually plays a significant role in shaping legislative priorities? Your voice matters more than you might think in determining which proposals gain traction. Now, let's talk about some of the specific challenges that have prompted these discussions about supplemental payments. For many Social Security recipients, recent COLA increases, while helpful, haven't fully addressed the rising costs of essential expenses. Healthcare costs continue to outpace general inflation, with many seniors spending a substantial portion of their benefits on medical expenses and prescription drugs. Housing costs have skyrocketed in many regions, putting additional strain on fixed incomes, and everyday essentials like groceries and utilities have seen dramatic price increases that aren't always fully reflected in the official inflation metrics used to calculate benefit adjustments. Does this situation sound familiar to you? These very real challenges are driving the push for additional support beyond the standard annual COLA increases. Looking beyond the headline-grabbing figure of $5,400, there are several realistic possibilities for near-term support that might actually materialize. Some lawmakers advocate for a revised COLA calculation method that would better reflect the spending patterns of seniors and disabled Americans, potentially leading to more generous annual increases. Others propose targeted relief for specific expenses, such as enhanced Medicare benefits or expanded assistance programs for housing and utilities. There's also growing support for a minimum benefit provision that would ensure no Social Security recipient falls below a certain income threshold. While these measures might not deliver immediate lump sum payments of $5,400, they could provide meaningful and sustainable improvements to beneficiaries' financial situations. Which of these approaches do you think would be most helpful for your specific circumstances? It's also worth understanding the broader context of Social Security's financial challenges and how they relate to these proposals. The Social Security Trust Fund faces long-term sustainability concerns, with projections suggesting that without legislative action, benefit cuts could become necessary in the coming decades. This reality complicates efforts to increase benefits or provide supplemental payments, as any such measures need to be balanced against the program's long-term viability. However, many experts and advocates argue that with appropriate funding mechanisms, both enhanced benefits and program sustainability are achievable goals. The question becomes not whether we can afford to provide adequate support to seniors and disabled Americans, but rather how we choose to prioritize and fund these essential programs. Isn't ensuring dignity and financial security for our most vulnerable citizens worth creative policy solutions? As we monitor developments with these potential payments, it's important to maintain realistic expectations while still advocating for meaningful support. The political process often moves slower than many would like, and comprehensive solutions to complex problems rarely happen overnight. That said, the growing recognition of the financial challenges facing Social Security recipients represents an important shift in the national conversation. More policymakers are acknowledging that current benefit levels may be insufficient to meet the needs of many recipients, particularly in light of recent economic pressures. This acknowledgement is the first step toward meaningful action, even if the specific form that action takes differs from the rumored $5,400 payments currently capturing headlines. How hopeful are you that substantive improvements to Social Security benefits will materialize in the near future? In conclusion, while the specific claim about $5,400 refund checks being imminent may not be entirely accurate, the underlying issue it highlights is very real. Millions of Americans who rely on Social Security benefits continue to face significant financial challenges that merit attention and action from policymakers. By staying informed through official channels, advocating for meaningful reforms, and being vigilant against potential scams, you can navigate this evolving situation wisely. Remember that any legitimate changes to benefits will be communicated clearly through official government sources, and you'll never have to pay fees or provide sensitive information to receive benefits you're entitled to. As developments continue to unfold, we'll keep you updated with accurate, timely information you can trust. Thank you for watching this important update. If you found this information valuable, please hit that like button and share this video with friends or family members who might benefit from staying informed about Social Security developments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for regular updates on benefits, financial news, and tips for maximizing your retirement security. Until next time, stay informed and financially empowered.